Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to this irae. Amantes. Recording again the night actually. The night before the evening of the upload, which is problematic. Actually, it's the same day, so I'm recording at the night before the evening appears when the upload goes. And it's really putting me on edge because I'm not used to that. I'm used to pre-record stuff and such, but the work is killing me. Additional hours and such, and I really don't have time. And when I would like to do what I'd like to do, but it's problematic. Anywho, let us go with this. Ras staggered through the dark streets, her breathing uneven, her shoulders trembling. Despite being 6 o'clock in the morning, the sky still loomed dark overhead. The girl's general aversion to exercise, coupled with the blinding darkness, ultimately resulted in her legs giving out under the strain. Having gained more inertia from descending the steep slope than she had thought, Ra could no longer stop herself and tumbled straight towards the intersection ahead. Why was she in such a hurry anyway? There was no one chasing her. Even if there was, no amount of struggling would help her escape. She poured all her strength into one mad dash for absolutely no reason at all. Besides, she still didn't know she would face Fuji after what happened. She felt awkward, ashamed, and most of all, embarrassed. If she had to choose between seeing him now or never meeting him again, she would naturally opt for the former. But at the moment, she certainly felt that hurrying was the last thing she needed to do. Why then? Why all this struggle? There was most likely no particular reason for it. She merely grew excited, uncharacteristically so. Her heart raced fast, her skin tingled with anticipation. She simply could not calm down. The mere thought of what had been waiting for them, what results her plan would precipitate, it all filled her with dread and joy and guilt and self-loathing. Was it really a good idea? Would it all go well, or did it only make everything even worse? A lousy example it might be, yet those feelings could very well have mirrored those of a mischievous brat before the prank of their life. Ra could not help chuckling at herself for thinking all those things in the middle of fall. She was certainly not plummeting down to her death or anything of the sort. Although she could very well be run over by a car if she tumbled all the way to the middle of the street. In a way, that could be the best conclusion to this story. However, a mere second before she crashed face first into the hard asphalt, a pair of hands appeared from seemingly nowhere, catching her. They belonged to...
意外に足が速いんですね。朝からジョギングですか、先輩。
Kay considered her with an emotionless face, although it did not seem like she meant her harm. They hadn't spoken in a long while, yet Himura had noticed that jet black-haired girl back at school.
ジョギングするならチャージでするよ。
そういうの持ってなさそうですけどね。
持ってるよ。学校指定のだけど。
そうですか。
After helping her back to her feet, Kay turned around to walk away without uttering another word.
待って。
何か？
それで終わり。
終わりとは？
Wasn't the girl going to ask what Ra was doing or where she was going? Kay regarded Ra with silence for a few moments, then let out a small sigh.
私はあなたに何の感情も持っていないし、人の管轄に口を挟むつもりもない。ただ一つ言うことがあるとすれば、芸家の手から出られたと思っているなら、それは勘違いだろうというだけです。氷室先輩、私はあなたよりあの人のことをよく知っているつもりですよ。
No, that's bullshit, but whatever. Probably. Okay, eminences. Yeah, actually that might be true. I don't know, for a second I thought Reinhardt, but well, whatever.
言いたいことはそれだけですか？
釣れないね。
Well, that's not surprising. Kinda. Rea uttered the words as if to herself. And something weird is happening.
私もあなたのことはどうでもいい。というか、あまり好きじゃないけど。
Harsh.
結構です。もともと初対面に近いし、口を聞くのも初めてだ。別に仲良くする理由はない。
It's responsible.
確かに。仲良くしようとは思わないね。
Oh. Rea paused, the pace of her breathing quickening, perhaps as a result of her strenuous exercise. However, the words that followed were calm and serene, without a trace of hoarseness. Hoarseness? First time, whatever.
初対面じゃないよ。話をするのも初めてじゃない。
But nice, Kay, you forgot about Rea.
それはどういう。
Kay suddenly paused and furrowed her brows, as if someone had rubbed salt in the wound that had yet to heal.
思い出した？昔に一度だけ話したよね。記憶曖昧だけど、あれはあなたでいいんでしょ？他にも2人一緒にいて。
それが一体どうしたと？
あなたはあの日、あの後何をしてたの？
Something crazy.
だから。
What on earth was she getting at? Kay began shaking her head in irritation, but soon regained her composure, for to seek an answer, with a hint of self-scorn mixed into her tone.
寝てましたよ。子供は寝る時間だと言われてね。だけど、あなたには関係ないことだ。わざわざそんなことを言うために、この寒い中出てきたんですか？
別にあなたじゃなくてもよかったけどね。ついでに一つ聞かせてちょうだい。
何を？
Rea gave Kay a nod.
ねえ、桜井さん。ヨハンって誰？
Kay seemed genuinely confused by the question.
ヨハン？
生きてるって言われたから。
Rea heard the priest say something along those lines as she left the church the other day. However, neither Rea nor Kay could understand what it meant. However, it seemed like her question had an unexpected effect instead.
それは本当かしら、テレジアちゃん？
The two flinched as the voice from below, Rea's shadow, suddenly addressed them.
情報源はバビロンじゃないわよね。クリストフがそんなことを？何を根拠に？
Okay, Rusalka, go to hell.
ああ、もしかしてあれかな？シュピーネかな？だったらあながち。
マリウス、いちいちしゃしゃり出てくるな。彼女と話しているのは私だ。
あら、何よ、ずいぶんな言い草ね。どうせあなたにはちんぷんかんぷんな話でしょうに。あなたがわかる話なら別にあるから、今は黙ってなさいな。ねえ、テレジアちゃん。この子引っ掛けるなら、ズバッと直球がおすすめよ。脳みそ筋肉なんだから、あまり深く考えないたちみたいだし。それとも、ね、まさかここに来て、迷ってるとか言うつもりじゃ。
Kay's sudden interruption broke off Rusalka's long-winded spiel.
あなたに気をつけろとか、言うだけ無駄なのは分かっているけど、あまりあれと関わらない方がいい。こういう小賢しい術にだけは、人一倍長けているから。
Yeah, she's a pain in the ass. She should literally return to the garbage she belongs to. Kay drew her hand from Rea's silver locks, revealing the long strand of red hair she had found in there. Wow, actually, now that I think about it, did I develop some illness against people that look like lollies? You know, little girls? I mean, I hated Chigara, and now I hate on Rusalka. So yeah, I guess that might be a thing. But they are a pain in the ass, let's face it.
アンテナを刺されていま
Pains
した
in
よ
the ass.
先輩。いつからマレウスと親しくなったんですか？まあ、それはいいとして。彼女、妙なことを言ってましたね。あなたがわかる話なら別にあるとか。私を引っ掛けるとは、どういう意味です？
Ira shrugged her shoulders in more confusion. And
よければ今日一日付き合って。あなたと一緒なら安全そうだし。行きたいところも、見たいものも、話したいことも。
and people to meet.
いろいろ、あるから。
Kay only narrowed her eyes instead of answering. The girl didn't answer any of her questions, and she didn't have the time to play Cinderella with every self-proclaimed tragic heroine she met.
ダメ。
And yet there was something that made it very difficult to refuse her proposal. Chapter 8 Memento Mori. Oh shit, we are going deep. We are going deep. It had already gotten bright by the time we reached the city center. At a glance, the morning scenery of the town seemed unchanged from its usual appearance, making the night's events feel like a bad nightmare. Speaking of which, actually, earlier, the texts like Memento Mori might get my Polish language teacher in high school was really sick about sayings like that. Basically, so I remember a few of those kinda. Remember about the death, right? Translated literally. Actually, mostly it's known as a reminder that you can't avoid death, but for us in school it was more like translated not about that, but like basically living the moment, something like that. But I guess the actual meaning is more gloomy. So yeah, you can't forget that you can't avoid the death. What we call it was possible for, like those guys can somehow do that. Anywho, did I read that? However, at a glance, the morning scenery of the town seemed unchanged from its usual appearance, making the night's events feel like a bad nightmare. However, I knew that was naive sentimentality on my part, nothing more. A bunch of Nazi psychos had most certainly infested my home ground, and all those normal people were in mortal danger despite not even suspecting a thing. If I was an adult with an actual position in society, I would do all I could do to evacuate the place. Not that you would succeed for, probably. Unfortunately, I was just another kid in the eyes of the public. With no power to move the people, I had no choice but to grit my teeth and go along with those bastards' wargame. The lives of everyone in this town were my chips in this poker game of death. The insured folding was not an option. I couldn't help wishing to lay prostrate and apologize to every single one of the businessmen and jogging students bustling through the morning streets. It might not have been directly my fault, but I was still the one playing with their lives. Unbeknownst to them, even if I won, this feeling of guilt wouldn't fade. Still, this wasn't the time to be getting too philosophical. I need to dedicate all my time to averting the worst possible outcome of this fucked up situation. Forgetting myself in a with-me routine wasn't gonna help anyone. I called myself. The first thing I had to do now was learn more about the bastards, and I needed someone to help me on that, regardless of how much I hated the idea of it. Just go to the freaking library, dude, or browse the internet. There will be a lot of informations. Actually. Informations can be used. Information. There will be a lot of information, man. There's no plural form of that word, in case you don't know why. Why am I then explaining that? Whatever. That point. I mean, the names are actually well known and are actually historical. For example, well, Getz von Berlichingen, right? There's shit ton of information about that guy. Actually, let's check. For example, shitty girl from the game right now. So Rushalka Schweigrin. Wait, there is no information about her actually. What the hell? So there is... Wait, there was no such a character in history? What the hell? No, not... What? Okay, there is something on a Czech website, but... that doesn't help me, to be honest. Okay, but in his world it might be possible to find information about her, okay? She's a wanted criminal, and so on. It seemed like Shiro and Honjo knew significantly more about the obsidian table than I did. Plus, at least according to Vadrifa, they should have still been alive, no doubt hanging out at that club of theirs. Oh, I can skip. That's good. I had to find them. Probably from now on we won't be able to skip anything, so that's good information, kinda. Exchange information, come up with a proper plan before anything unexpected happened again. Time was of this essence. Looks over there. Mari pulled on my sleeve, urging me to turn around, as I did. You are basically referring to the students running or something like that, right? I feel like I've seen this before. Are you sure we can skip? Okay. Mari pointed at a group of students from my school, at least judging by their uniforms. It was still a bit early for class, so they probably belonged to one of the clubs with morning practice. I know why I remember such a situation. It kinda happened before. Because there was a trick in the school. Clubs, morning practice, weren't most of such activities put on hold because of the decapitation murders? There was one idiot who ignored the warnings, but any students with at least a shred of common sense would be locked up in their home at this hour. I knew something was going on. Besides, wasn't today Sunday? Okay, that's even more weird. I mean, even in Japan, you don't go to school on Sunday, right? I believe that you go on Saturday, but it's like shorter day or something like that. But not on Sunday for sure. That's a day off. So what the hell is going on? You want to tell me the same thing as always? My own stupidity left me momentarily speechless. How long had I been locked up underground exactly? I even tried to check how much time I'd spent unconscious since that battle at the bridge.
Mari!
I stopped myself realizing she'd have no concept of dates. Anyway, I gaped at Mari for a few minutes and to form sensible words before thinking to check my pockets. My phone was gone. I suppose there was little to be surprised about that. I mean, I was captured and locked up in a dungeon following a long and strenuous battle. If I didn't drop the phone mid-fight, they would have taken it away from me while I was unconscious. Just... I bet under that billboard on the left, on that screen, you can actually see the date. Or something like that. I looked around in panic and discovered a convenience store nearby. I promptly stormed inside and asked the clerk about today's date. Oh, well, I guess it's possible for people to go to school then. God damn it, I'd been unconscious for a whole day. I left the store in a hurry, almost crashing into Mari, who followed me in confusion. And at the top speed, there was not a second to waste. Not waiting for an answer, I dashed down the street. Before I could get too far, however, she caught me by the sleeve, nearly making me crash to the pavement as I lost my footing. My first thought was to shake her hand off, but then realized.
置いていっちゃ嫌だ。
Yeah, calm down, man. Right, of course. I couldn't leave her to wander the streets alone. I lost my cool there for a second. Still, it didn't change the fact we had to hurry.
一緒に走るぞ。きついかもしんないけど、ゆっくりしてられない。
大丈夫。私走るの得意だよ。
I had no idea how long her endurance would last, but in the worst case scenario I could just carry her in my arms. We were past the point where we could afford minding the eyes of strangers.
行くぞ。
I grabbed Mari by the hand and began my mad dash down the street for real. My heart was jackhammering like a damn fire alarm. Kasumi would run right into Sakura herself if she went to school today. And now that I had established myself as their opposition, that meant mortal danger for her. I had to do everything in my power to protect her.
ちくしょう。
I felt dazed at my own hypocrisy. I'd been passing countless other students heading to school on my way home. Yet here I was, completely ignoring them while only caring about saving Kasumi. She was the only person at school I could still call a friend. Okay, I definitely have heard those words before. Now that Hiro had basically turned out to be one of them. Okay, that's bullshit. In a way, Kasumi was now my Achilles heel. That was my excuse for prioritizing her above the rest. The other students would be no use to them as hostages, which placed Kasumi in greater danger. Still, that's not what I wanted to click.
クズだ、俺は。
Why? Why would you actually say that? Prioritize. I mean, someone prioritizing someone else's safety. I'd say you aren't. I mean, isn't that how all of us work? For example, you can save a person you love versus you can save 100 people you don't know. I'd say you save the person you love still. Okay, Ren, I'm scum as well. The truth was that I simply devalued human lives. I cared about people whose names I'd know, if the alternative meant losing Kasumi. Mere moments ago, I was pondering the safety of the entire town, and now that I found myself cornered, I abandoned it all in a heartbeat. But, on the other hand, why not try saving all of them? So 101 people.
くそ、くそ、くそ。
And this game of blame was as hypocritical as everything else about me. No matter how much I cried over it being a tough choice, I'd never even considered the possibility of sacrificing Kasumi. In which case I had to stop wallowing in self-pity and stick to my guns like a man.
泣かないで。
I wasn't crying, but I might if you keep that up, so please stop prodding me, I'm begging you.
レンは正直だね。
Mar gave my hand a firm but gentle squeeze. Just a while ago, she was goofing around like a kid, yet now she consoled me. Something really had happened to her.
大丈夫だよ。私がついてる。
Right now, for her absolute change in personality ended up helping me out.
だから怖くないよ。一緒だよ。
She was right, I could depend on her now.
マリ、全部終わったら。
When everything's over, let's go eat that crazy parfait again. And it'd be even better if Kasumi, Himuro, Shiro, Honjo could join us as well. No one should be able to blame me for hoping for such a future. And so, after a few minutes of running, we reached our apartment complex. Jumping 3 steps at a time, I flew to her door and started banging on it.
おい、俺だ。いんのか、かすみ。出てこい、こら。
I honestly felt like a Yakuza debt collector there for a second, but I was beyond caring.
起きろ。寝てんのか、おい。かすみ。
Getting a response, I tried the doorknob. I turned without resistance.
鍵が開いてる。
With seething, anxiously gnawing at my heart, I took a step inside the room. Everything cool, but why do you have a blanket on the wall? A little blanket.
いな ないね。
Noticed? Nice poster. The room was completely empty, just as Marika said. I tried looking through the hole into my own room, but there was no one there either.
まさかもう出たのか。
That made no sense. It was way too early. The clock had been pointing at 7 o'clock in the morning, and she only ever did her kind of thing after school. Let's didn't have morning practice.
あのお揃いの服はないね。
Very bad feeling about this. But on the other hand, a good feeling might be she's either with Himuro or Shiro Honjo already. Okay, that will spoil. Already somehow meet up with her? That didn't spoil it, kinda. Great. I just finished by trying to reposition myself on the chair. My freaking recording device. Sorry. Luckily it didn't fall or anything. Okay. Marie, who had been looking over the room behind my back, pointed out that Cosmic uniform was gone. I found the spare in the closet, but the one she would always wear was definitely not in the room. She must have left wearing it, there was no other way to explain it. In other words,
遅かったのか。
no, totally not, you were just on time. I couldn't think of another possibility, but in that case it seemed odd that we never ran to her on our way here. It would make no sense for her to abruptly change the usual route she took to school, but then how really could she have left?
追いかける？
いや、
Something wasn't right here. Normally, it would make the most sense to try and catch up to her, but I began to doubt if she ever left to school at all. So I guess it happened what I had predicted. Her door being left unlocked was fishy enough, because she might not have been the most fastidious person in the world, but she at least knew how to lock her damn door. Okay, where's the mobile phone? I'd bet there's her mobile phone somewhere, or yours. Could she have been kidnapped then? Where would they keep her? Just as the winning tension in my chest had peaked and was about to explode. Thank God it's not Ren's freaking ringtone. His ringtone is the most annoying ringtone possible. I like the basic classic ones. Startled by the sudden sound of the phone, Marie lurched onto my shoulders, sending both of us tumbling down onto the floor. She's so damn good. Wait, sure that hurt, but I'm about to get choked here, so get off me already.
何？あれ何？なんで音がするの？
It's just a goddamn everyday phone. Wait, phone?
マリ、頼む、どいて。
やだ。何か光ってるよ。怖い。
お前の胸の方がよっぽど怖えよ。
If I were in his position, I would not complain at all for. That's definitely 100% a fact. If possible, I wanted to avoid getting spotted by these things. Why? I showed Marie's side, who had shown no sign of letting go of my head, and took a closer look at Kasumi's blinking phone. We still surprisingly can't skip. The phone's LED screen displayed an unknown number.
誰だ？
Who could it be? I had a bad feeling about this, considering everything we'd found out so far. It could very well have been a ransom call from the kidnappers.
マリ、どう思う？
I hope. What do you think? I hoped her inexplicable intuition could help us on this matter, but
お前。
yes, he's a dumb boss, I agree. I had no idea what was up with her, but she seemed completely out of it, still calm, plucked to the floor and mumbling to herself.
お前。お前って呼ばれた。
Huh? You too? What? I wish she could have at least taken care to hide her panties. why you called her too? Wait, is she talking about my careers here? Trying to discuss things with her in that state seemed like wasted effort, so instead focused my attention to the phone. I figured ignoring it was out of the question, for all I knew. With every second I wasted, the situation might have been growing worse and worse. Just fucking answer it.
もしもし。
I steeled myself and picked up the receiver.
どちらさんで
And then, in that moment I learned that when the stars aligned right, even those most patient could crack.
ふざけんなよてめえ
But you are not the patient type for. What the hell is this? I feel like a damn idiot! Those bird-brained bastards!
なにどうしたのレン？大声出して。
Mary peeked out from behind my shoulder. I handed her the receiver in silence. She took a deep breath to calm down, then pressed it against her ear.
これどうするの？喋ればいいの？ねえ。
I didn't feel like explaining the intricacies of phones to her right now. Well, I suppose my anger was uncalled for. If anything, I should have felt thankful to the two bastards. I was more trying to vent my frustration on someone. I was fully aware of that.
その声マリーちゃん？あんたも無事だったんだね。よかったよかった。
It was just that the abrupt change of mood sort of made me crack. I ended up running around in a panic for absolutely no reason, like some damn idiot. And so the only option left to me at this point was to completely lose my shit. I should have known Blockhead 2 would be just as reckless as 1. Birds of feather, those two.
かすみちゃん、私が拉致っといたから安心して戻っといて。なんか今もギャーギャーわめいてるしさ。説明責任果たしなさいよ、色男って。そこのブスくれてる人に言っといて。んじゃ、この通話が終わると同時にその電話機は爆発します。ピーという発信音が鳴った後。
うるさい黙れお前絶対いつかパクられるからな日本警察なめんなよバカ
I slammed the receiver down so hard it shook the table.
いやマリー本当に爆発なんかしないから
I considered Mari, who had been covering the corner, pressing her palms against her ears, and took a sigh. She seemed to have remained childlike and blindly trusting despite the recent changes that occurred in her. I was better off keeping jokes to myself around her.
大丈夫なの？
ああだいたいどんな仕組みで家電を遠隔爆破させられるんだっていうするのかよ
It wasn't a huge explosion or thing, but fumes burst out of the receiver after a relatively loud crackling noise. That Honcho, was she out of her mind?
嘘つき。
あまあごめん
I felt a little unfair that I had to be the one to apologize, but at least I knew Kasumi was safe, or rather, as safe as one could be around those two. Although, in that case, it made the explanation of the situation that she apparently demanded an extremely troublesome and complicated affair which I would rather very much avoid. However, in that moment...
そっちの話は終わり？
Oh, not you again. I felt someone suddenly punting me on the shoulder, making me jump, almost like I was jolted by electricity. Go to hell.
怖いなあ。そんなオーバーアクションしないでよ。
お前
Where did she come from? Rosaka, dressed in our school's uniform, regarded my stupor with a smile that... Stupid.
なんかあれね。レン君っていつもかすみ言ってない？ちょっと過保護っていうか気使いすぎに見えるんだけど。
And you are being a pain in the ass.
ほ
Still.
ら、ことわざにもあるじゃない？二頭を追う者は一頭も得ず。とか。あっちもこっちも見てると、本当に大事なもの落としちゃうよ。
Yeah.
で、あれ？どうしたのかな？
That must have been it.
一番手はお前かよ
The war had already begun, just like Reinhardt had claimed. Her being here could only mean one thing, that she came to fight. Which meant I had no right to refuse either.
お前やりに来たんだろ。いいぞ。相手してやるさ。
I got it. Our apartment was vastly under it, but if she challenged me herself, I had no choice but to accept. The Dame beige hover. Only jerked her shoulders a few times and began cackling at me. I don't want to say, but you could just destroy her right now. When she doesn't expect anything.
参ったな。どうしてそんなに思考回路野蛮人なの？前の時から顔を合わせたら切ったとか貼ったとか。もっとホモサピエンスな考え方しましょうよ。あなたたち男がそんなことばっかりやってるから、いつまで経っても戦争がなくならないんじゃない？
Well, I don't want to say what happens in Germany because of certain woman doing what she's doing with getting all the people from other countries into her country. So let's not talk men are bad or women are bad.
つまんない犯罪とかなくなりそうな。
All the people are bad.
どうだろう。
Ruska pat Mario on the shoulder like an old friend as the latter blinked at her in utter confusion.
まあでも本当にそれやっちゃったら文明が原始時代レベルまで落ちそうだけどね。それはそれでありっちゃありか。
As long as you are not there, I'm fine with that.
いやそれよりそもそも男いなくなっちゃったら子供生まれないから人類終了しちゃうわね。私ったら何言ってんだろ本当に。レン君が真顔で面白いこといきなり言うからツボ入っちゃったじゃない。
It was almost as if we were suddenly back to the relationship we had in school. She gave me an amiable laugh, not my facility in the slightest.
別にここであなたに何かしようなんて思ってないわよ。慌てんぼさん。私クリストフと約束したんじゃないの？お姫様の身柄を引き渡すってさ。忘れちゃったの？
Ruska eyeballed me from below as I considered her words in silence. Of course I didn't forget. Father found it in it, said that he'd leave him with me. Then this woman come here too.
お前が引率を仰せ使ったって？
クリストフが何も言わないもんだから私が空気読んでるのよ。ほっといたらすれ違っちゃうでしょあなたたち。だから感謝してほしいな。キューピッドやってあげてるんだからいつまでも怖い顔してないでよ。だいたい今ここで始めちゃったら大事件になっちゃうでしょ。
She was right on that point.
そうだな。
物分かりが良くてよろしい。
Students were on their way to school ranked around this time. Ruska didn't wish for fight. There was no reason for me to start one. I might have been letting golden chance slip by, but I couldn't risk the lives of countless people for a personal matter. Come on, man! Just before you didn't care! Now you care! Disappointed. I inhaled a deep breath and calmed down.
先輩はどこにいるんだ？
ついといでよ。合わせてあげるから。
No, you just need to tell and I'll go myself.
おびき出してはめようって言うんじゃないだろうな。
Yes, she would.
あら、怖い？
She's annoying. And you know what? I bet she has a huge forehead.
怖くないって風には言えないな。
でも来るんでしょ？
当たり前だろ。
I was also concerned about Shiro Honjo Kazumi, but I, at least, had the chance to confirm their safety through the phone. My top priority at the moment was securing Himura. I couldn't leave her in the hands of these psychos. I glanced to my side and shared my intentions with my companion.
いいよな、マリ。
かすみたちは放っておくの？
ああ、ほっとく。っていうかやっぱり無駄に俺と絡まない方があいつらにとっては安全だろ。
ねえちょっとついてくるなら早くおいでよ。
うるさいな。表で待ってろよ。
Old hag. I pushed Ruska out the door, then closed it before she could protest. Information was of utmost importance, and I almost certainly needed more allies. At the same time, I didn't wish to involve Kasumi and the others. I could use this situation to pry for information out of Rusalka, that stupid whore. She dodged most of my questions the last time we talked, but now I was, in a way, just like them. Besides, the situation had changed considerably in the past few days. This time, among other things that I wouldn't have even known how to ask back then. I still had no idea what happened to Marie there, and well, I figured it would be for the best if we took care of the situation with members that had been already too deep in all this shit to turn back, Kimura included. However,
ねえ、本当にそれでいいの？
Marie considered me with word eyes. To tell the truth, it startled me.
反対なのか。
I ran under risk of sounding conceited, but I never even considered the possibility of Marie protesting any of my decisions.
そういうわけじゃないけど。ねえ、レンはかすみたちを放っておくんだよね。それってつまり大事だから？大切に思ってるからそうするんだよね。
ああ、そうだけど。
I hadn't the faintest clue what was going on through her mind.
私はそんな風に気を使われたらなんか嫌だなって思うよ。かすみたちはダメだけど私はいいっていう違いは何？順番があるの？それとも立っているところが違うの？大事だから関わらせないっていうことは、つまり関わらせてくれる私は、
いや、ちょっと待てよ。別に俺は、なんていうか。
I interrupted her before she could finish. But what was I about to say?
そんな極端な話じゃなくて、俺は単に、ただ
She was my weapon, so I felt it only natural to bring her to battle. Did I then consider her own opinion and safety? You did not. No, I most certainly did at the beginning. But I had no excuse at the moment. If she hadn't said a thing, I would never have noticed that I wasn't treating her like the rest. I mean, I didn't even consider the fact that she could resent my opinion. I couldn't explain how she was different from Kasumi and me. Faced with her question, I could only fruitlessly gape at her like an idiot. All I could come up with were a series of pathetic excuses.
ごめん、なんでもないよ。
And so I couldn't answer her lowered, somewhat self-scornful voice.
ちょっと不思議だっただけ。レンに置いていかれたら悲しいけど、そうされるのが優しさなのかなって思ったら、なんだかこんがらがっちゃって。おかしいね。私、よくわからないことがいっぱいあるよ。
俺は。
だからレンは気にしないで。
Marie interrupted me, although I still had no idea what I was about to say.
もっと簡単に考えるよ。レンと一緒にいられる私は得なんだって。かすみ、かわいそうだけど、ちょっと嬉しい。私の方が近いところにいられるから。こういうの、なんて言うんだろう。優越感？そんな感じ。だからレンは何も気にしないで。ね。
I kinda would worry for. Marie forced a smile as she clasped my hands and started shaking up and down. I was still too dumbfounded to react and ended up answering her with a vague smile of my own.
まあ、あいつはそういうキャラだし。
いつも置いてけぼりなんだ。ひどいね。私にそんなことしたら怒っちゃうよ。
怒るマリっていうのも見ものではあるかな。
As for her over an empty joke, just as I thought, pretty much everything about her being seemed to have changed quite drastically. Her vocabulary, jokes, even the strength and expression of her emotions. The more human she became, the less I knew how to treat her. Putting that aside for an even more perplexing puzzle head.
ねえ、それで、これから会いに行く人は、レンの中でどういう扱いなの？
That question was even harder than the last.
あそこに見えるのが病院。
And we have no idea what the answer what the answer was. Maybe we'll find out in the next episode of the irae Amantes. For now, hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to record after work. It's night again for sure. I bet I'll be exhausted again. Anywho, hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.